back to our channel. I'm Tarnisha.
And I'm Dominique. And today we're back with another Keeping It Real with T&D. And today's topic is going to be the power of forgiveness.
And if you haven't already, stop what you're doing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Become part of the family. Hit that thumbs up button. Leave us comments. Let us know what you guys are thinking. What you guys would like to talk about. Just, chat with us. Hit us up. Text us, what's up? Like, y'all need to be talking to us in these comments. Like, what's good? But without further ado, let's get into the video.
So today's topic is the power of forgiveness. And we want to talk about this because I feel like it's a lot of people out there that are holding on to things that they should have been let go of. And, it's hard to forgive, but it's something that's very essential, not only for yourself, really it's really for yourself. It's really not even for other people.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? The power of forgiveness is for yourself, I feel like.
Right. So I'll start off and then, sis, you can just chime in how we've been doing it. So forgiveness for me was a big part of my journey. I'm gonna keep it, 250s with y'all. 250s is 100. So I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, like all the way. Growing up, my father wasn't present in my life as he should. So when I was like between the ages 18, I would say it's about 21, I had this funky attitude. I was very disrespectful to adults. I remember my first job, well, my second job at Walmart. I kept getting rolled up and I didn't understand why. And it's like I had a funky attitude. I wouldn't smile. I didn't listen to no adults. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. And that all came with me, being absent, a father being absent in certain areas in my life. And not even just, my dad, just other things, heard from previous people. And when you don't forgive those people, they hold a power over your life, like literally, like you block your blessings and you don't even realize it. Like I didn't realize it until one day I went to church. Y'all, I didn't even get in the door quick enough. And a lady called me up there for prayer. And when she prayed for me, y'all, it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. And as I got older and I realized, I'm like, I can't do this no more, because when you don't forgive a person and you have that hatred in your heart, I had hatred. Mine was past any other stage. It was like hatred. Like I want if something happened to you, I don't care. Like, and it shouldn't be like that. Right. And I had to dig within myself. And I was telling my sister that sometimes you have to accept and forgiveness. I apologize within your heart, even though they're not gonna tell you. Right. Because some people looking for somebody to say, I'm sorry, I did this to you. 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna do it. So you have to forgive them for yourself, even if they don't tell you. And I told my sister that, you know what I'm saying. And when I did that, I felt so much greater, so much like my blessings was coming. I walked into my womanhood. All the things that I was holding myself back from, literally, it was just like a weight lifted off my shoulder. Because it's like sometimes you can have like past trauma. A lot of things happen to people, to kids when you a child. You can't control it. Some things are uncontrollable. But the thing about it is, how long are you gonna walk in that toxic? How long are you gonna keep blaming your mama or this and that in a situation? Like, is at some point you have to forgive for yourself. Like, even if they don't tell you, some people like literally just waiting on somebody to say I'm sorry, and they're not gonna do it. Right. And you have to be willing to say I'm sorry for that person. And that's where my healing came from. I know it helped me out a lot, sis.
Yeah, and one thing about it, forgiveness is not something that happens overnight. It's something that you literally have to grow into. Like, especially if it's like a deep trauma, it's a deep hurt, and it penetrates you on a different level, then you're not going to accept that overnight. It's not going to be something like, oh, you're going to pray and then you're going to wake up like, oh, I feel forgiveness. No, you might feel, a weight lifted off your shoulder. You may feel the burden lifted off you, but it's something that you have to continue to deal with, especially if you don't deal with it firsthand. If it's something that has hurt you, you have allowed to build up over years, the longer that you let it build up, the deeper it's going to be, and the harder it's going to be for you to try to forgive that person or the situation or whatever has happened. And sometimes, like my sister said, you have to accept that apology that you probably would never get in your life. That person may not never own up to what they have done and come to you straightforward and apologize. Or sometimes you might forgive somebody and be years later and they'll come back and say, they're sorry. And you already passed it. So it's like, it don't even matter to me no more. Like, I was waiting for something that didn't even matter, because it's your power. The power is in your hands. You got to stop letting people take your power. When you allow people to upset you, when you allow people to hurt you and then not forgive them and let that stuff go, they hold power over you. And then, you go on into different relationships, whether it be relationships or friendships or, like you said, on the job or anywhere, you can literally carry that unforgiveness in your heart. You can carry that throughout your whole life, and it will literally mess you up. It will mess you up with your blessings. It will mess you up from attracting the right people that's supposed to be in your life, because you have that grudge. And you know, whether you know it or not, like, spirits are connected. We're all spiritual, you know, no matter what. We're spirit before we're anything. So those spirits, that's gonna connect. And if you have all this toxic stuff in your heart, you have this unforgiveness in your heart, and you're gonna attract that. That's what you're gonna attract, from friendships to relationships to jobs. You're gonna attract toxic environments at your workplace, because that's what's in you. Whatever is in you, it's gonna reflect on the outside. It's gonna reflect in your life. So you have to make sure that you just forgive. You have to. And it sounds so simple, but it's really not simple. It's a process, and you got to be willing to take that process.
Right. And it's definitely, it's hard, because it's hard knowing that a person did you wrong, and they can't woman up or man up and apologize. Like, that hurts the most, that you have to literally, it's not fair, but it's worth it, because like I said, it's nothing like a peace of mind, your sanity. I used to, and I feel so good to be able to admit this. I used to go around mad at the world. You know what I'm saying? And my sister can tell you, like, and that's one thing I love about my mama so much. My mama always said, baby, no matter what people do to you, pray for them in spite. Because it don't matter what you do to the person, God can handle the situation way better than you can. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's nothing in the world that you can do to this person that you can get them back for. Like, God would literally take a person to nothing, from something to nothing. And you know what I'm saying? You got to get to that point where you say, I'm hurt enough to take it to God. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurt enough to forgive you and keep moving. Because like I said, like, it's a lot of broken men and women out here, and they bring it to their marriages, they bring it to people's lives, and it's not fair. And it's a lot of people that's been through things, family secrets and stuff, and people don't talk about it. But it's like, if it happened to you when you were 6, and I don't mean to sound mean, but if it happened to you when you were 6 and you're 66 and you're still talking about it and haven't, something is wrong. Like, you should have, you have to let it go for yourself. Like, I know it's probably something, it could be a lot of people like get raped. It just be a lot of stuff going on that you never know a person went through. But you have to get your sanity back for yourself, because the other person just, you never know. Some things be like a generation curse that's done to them. If like your mama was on drugs or something, or you had like a sick person in your family, more than likely that happened to them. That behavior is not something that just somebody wake up with. It's taught behavior that either they've seen it or it happened to them. So you got to think about the other person when you looking at the trauma that was done to you. Like, what if they didn't know no better? What if that's all they knew or that's all they saw, which don't make the situation right. But it's like, you have to look at both sides of it to make sense of it. Because I know, like, certain situations that I've been through, I question it, and then come to find out later that person had that done to them. And it's like, how can I be mad at you for something that was done to you that you just doing what you was taught or what you was learned or what you saw. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to be very aware of that, like, of what you bring in your household with your kids, and because people, that stuff causes people trauma for the rest of their entire life. Like, people that get bullied in school, like, that stuff carry over them, and they end up becoming a bully. And then the bullies wonder why they a bully, because they was a bully. You know what I'm saying?
It's a repetitive cycle, like, no matter how you look at it. And just like with people, like she said, it's just sometimes it's learned behavior. Like, they don't know any better. Like, some people come from broken homes, and I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but I'm saying that's something to factor in. That's something to look at when you're, you know, trying to forgive somebody, because you never know what they went through and what they seen. And if that's all they know, then, you know, you can't really blame them. You have to forgive them. You have to look at every side of it, because they may not think that they did absolutely anything wrong. I know some people like that. I've been in situations where it's just like, you know, you can be butt hurt, and this person's like, what are you talking about? I don't feel like I did anything. And like, that is real. Like, some people don't feel certain emotions or certain things. Either they close it off, or they have past trauma, or they just see stuff and repeat it. Either way it goes, forgiveness is for you. It's not for anyone else. You have to be able to evaluate the situation and know, you know what I'm saying, that, okay, and just pray until you can be able to forgive. I know sometimes, like, I've been so mad in certain situations, it's just like, you have to go to God, you have to pray, and you have to say, God, look, when you got the relationship, you just go to him and you can talk. You just be like, God, I'm really not ready, and I'm going to pray until I'm ready.
See, and another thing, people be thinking you got to go to God perfect. The same way that I taught my slang or whatever I use, God made me, so He know me. I don't have to go to Him knowing the Bible to the front to the back. I don't have to go to him with
That's
you know what I'm saying, with a big vocabulary.
Right.
Like I can go to him as I am, and that's what makes it so perfect. Like I can sit here and talk to God like I talk to my sister, and he not gonna and he understands. And some people need to know that like you can go to God with who you are. If you hood, you can go to God. If you whatever your preference, whatever you are as a person, you can go to him. But my whole thing is I want people to get their joy back, get your power back, because there's nothing worse than letting somebody hold that power over your life. I done seen situations where it could be it could be okay, say if it's a family member and in the past something happened to them, and they come around and that whole person shift their whole body language, their attitude, like that's a problem, like because you gonna make everybody else change. It's just it's toxic energy. It's toxic. It's not worth it. It's like nobody should have that much power over your life but God. I don't care your husband, your wife, nobody in this world should have that much power over you where they change your moods, your thinking process and everything but God. He's the only person that should be able to shift you like that. And if you get past hurt and you don't know what to do, just go to God. You know what I'm saying? That's my best advice. Like take time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes to therapists, but God's my therapist. I feel like talking to a therapist sometimes, to me, I've never been to a therapist, but it's like you don't know me. Like, but sometimes people do that because they just want somebody to listen and don't talk. And they don't want somebody to know them.
They don't want to feel judged.
But if whatever it takes for you, go to a therapist or whatever. If the therapist's not working for you, go to God. You know what I'm saying? Like you and take the time out. Like sometimes you need to take the time out to just, if you're dealing with some stuff like that, you gotta cut some stuff off. You gotta cut out going out. You gotta cut out drinking, smoking, whatever you're doing just to get your peace back. Watching certain stuff, like all that ties upon you. Like you sometimes you just gotta fall back for real. That's gonna be a topic too, fall back. I just thought about that in my head. Like sometimes you just gotta fall back from stuff just to get your peace back. And when I get my peace back,
a peace of mind is priceless.
I feel
a peace of mind is so priceless because you can have all the money in the world, you can have a family, you can have everything. If you don't have a peace of mind, it's over. You will never be happy. You will be tormented. You'll be out here. You'll be out here for real, uncovered. You know what I'm saying?
And spirits know when you're uncovered. That's when they come and attack. So you need to make sure you geared up with the full armor all times. You know what I'm saying? Be the best you. Like ain't nothing like being the best, because it's like how I don't get it. Don't let nobody hold that power in your life for 40, 20, 10, even 2 years. Like dead it. You know what I'm saying?
2 months. Like
dead it.
The best thing to do is deal with it early. It's like rip the bandage off and go. Don't put, you know what I'm saying, a bandage over a wound and expect it to heal. You can't do that. You have to rip it and bring it to the forefront. So
it's gonna hurt.
To deal with it. It's gonna hurt. So you can be able to deal with it, but you're gonna heal so much quicker. You're gonna heal so much faster. And the new thing that I started doing is I started journaling. I started writing. And so I pray all the time, but now I put my prayers on paper in a sense, and it's like I'm writing to God, and that has really helped me so much because it's like it's so therapeutic. And what I do is when I write all this toxic stuff and the feelings that I'm feeling and past stuff, I don't go back and read it. I just write it and I let it out, and then
so you never go back and read it?
I never, because I have some stuff that I've written like a month or 2 months ago, and as I'm writing it, I'm not even reading. I'm just writing down my feelings, writing out.
And we used to have journals when we was little. So
I used to have diaries all the time.
Yeah, you did.
And now I'm thinking, you know, I used to have the locks, the keys, and everything.
I used to break into them every time. She used to tell my mama, like, what's this secret talking about?
So I'm thinking about once I just write all that stuff back, I don't know if once I get to the point where I'm ready to read, if I'll go back and read and like, dang, I didn't heal from all this.
I think you should.
Or if I'm just gonna tear it out and burn it.
No,
I
don't burn it. No.
I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. It's just whatever my spirit.
But it's gonna feel so good to look back on, and because I feel like that's gonna be part of your journey. You know what I'm saying? Some people need to hear what you wrote down. You know what I'm saying? If it's not too deep, because it might heal them. And I like going back to look at stuff because it let me know how far I came. Like, you know, just doing this video, like, my sister know, like, my sister be like, you know, Ty, you need to, your attitude is horrible. Like, people used to tell me all the time, like, you got a funky, nasty, like, you so beautiful, but your attitude is so horrible. And it just came from, you know what I'm saying, past trauma. And I couldn't do it no more.
And when you have past trauma and stuff like that, you tend to put a wall up and you don't even notice. And we're not just talking about family and relationships. Like, you can do that at the workplace. So it might be somebody at the workplace that's trying to help you and maybe your blessing to the next promotion or something like that. And you got this wall up and you giving off this type of energy. And they're like, dang, I don't even want to fool with that person because they seem like they're not even approachable. Like, I can't even go. It's plenty of people that I've met and I feel like they're not approachable. Then once you really get, you know, one-on-one with them and have a conversation, you have to dig a little, but you can get it out. But people shouldn't have to do that. People shouldn't have to do that much work to be able to connect with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should be able to, you know, speak and, you know, have a conversation, even though you never know what people are dealing with, but it shouldn't be that hard, you know what I'm saying, to be able to communicate with somebody.
Right.
So forgiveness is a big thing, and it plays a big part. Just do your work, do your homework. If you think you want to start journaling, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I've only been doing it for about 2 months, but I can tell you, like, I feel so much better after I have wrote everything, and I don't even go, I just leave it where it is. I don't even go back and read it. So that's a good suggestion for some people if you're having problems with, you know, praying or having problems with forgiveness or just certain things, and you can use that for anything, like goals in life, whatever you want to do, and just write it out. You know, just start writing. I encourage everybody to try that or practice.
I'm gonna try that. You know, you just gave me an idea because
I hadn't told you about that.
I'm the type of person. Sometimes the things that's in my head don't come out vocally right, so I'm very selective of what I say.
Right.
Even to my sister, like sometimes she don't tell me everything. I don't tell her everything. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll just go to God about it. And I think writing would be good for me because I need to touch stuff. Like I love to check stuff off and see stuff that I didn't, you know what I'm saying, done.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, if you're going through something, if you're going through some past trauma, anything, just forgive. Like just for your own sanity. I hope that this video was acknowledgeable. I hope that people was able to grab it and touch it and be able to change them. That's why we do these videos, because I feel like that we putting good things out into the universe. You know what I'm saying? We our spirit is spilling over to you guys. It's gonna touch the right person when it needs to. If it touch one person, you know what I'm saying, we done our job. So
most of the time when we talk about certain topics, it's not because we perfect and, you know what I'm saying, we hold and we just out here trying to preach. Like we go back and watch our own videos and like, dang, I was telling my sister the other day when I was sitting, I was like, dang, I need to work out, I need to meal prep, but I really could just take a nap right now. And then I thought about it, I said, dang, I just did a video, making better use of your time. Like, get your ass up. I was like, nah, let me get up and handle my business. I felt so much better at the end of the day when I was able to look around at a clean house and know that I worked out and I meal prepped and everything. So we take our own advice from our videos. So don't ever feel like, you know, we just on here, you know, pushing something toward, which I don't think people get that. But I just want y'all to know. I just want to put it out there, just let y'all know. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching our video, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.